Michael Linder from 28 North here with Digital Tour Bus. I'm going to give you 5 tips for being on the road. The first tip for being on the road is, of course, be on the road. Make sure that if you're in a band, you guys are touring, you're hitting up all the markets where people listen to your music, and you're doing it as much as possible, because no one's going to hear you if you're sitting in your garage playing music. So first thing I would tell you is just get out there. If you don't have an agent, get on the websites. There's great websites. There's one we always used before we had an agent called Indie on the Move, and it tells you everything about every venue in every city. It has band reviews, venue reviews, and you can even contact the venues through there. So just make sure you're getting out there and doing the work, because there's nothing. First of all, there's nothing better. It's the most fun thing you can do, and that's the way you grow your band as well. So first tip, get out there and tour. The next tip I would say is, while you're out there touring and doing what you're doing, there's more to being on the road than just playing the gig and going to the radio station. The best part about this whole thing is the people you meet. And so I would say my second tip would be, don't just do the work, go the extra mile. Get out there and meet people. If there's a lot of places on the block that you're playing, go into these different places, meet people, try to get them to come to your show, because a lot of times you're going to be playing places where nobody really knows who you are until you've played there a few times. So it's important that you meet people and get them excited about the band, and have them come check out the band. So second tip, get out there and meet people. The third tip I would say is, don't pack too much stuff when you go on tour. You got to remember that it's not just about you, it's about your guys as well, or girls, whoever you're touring with. And if one guy has 3 backpacks, it's not fair to the guy who just brought one. So one of the things we do in our band is, we have a tour bus, but we're not using the tour bus, we use the tour van. And in the tour van, we have a driver's seat, an open passenger seat, and 3 benches. So what we've done is we fit all of our gear behind the benches, and we make it so 2 guys can lay down at any given time. And the reason we're able to do that is because we pack light. We only bring what we need, because really you don't need that much stuff. You don't need 25 shirts. I mean, it's rock and roll. It's not like it's the kind of thing where you can just kind of wear the same thing all the time and change it up here or there. But if you have too much stuff on the road, it's going to feel cluttered and everyone's going to be miserable. So definitely don't pack too much stuff. Another tip I would say is, you got, depending on what your instrument is, if you're a singer, if you're a bassist, if you're a drummer, whatever, take care of your instrument. That's super important. Guitar players, make sure you got extra strings, picks, all that stuff, because you don't want to get put in a situation where you have nothing, you have no strings, no picks, no nothing. You get up there and you're screwed. So make sure you take care of your instruments. Vocalists, make sure you're sleeping at least 8 hours a night if you have performances every night, because you can't party like everybody else in the band. And just make sure you're taking care of your pipes. Make sure you take care of your instruments. That's your bread and butter, so take care of it. Now the last tip I'm going to give you, and I think probably the most important tip in my opinion, is whenever you go to any of these venues, and the key is you want them to want you back. Now, you're not going to, you're going to play your music right, you're going to do all your thing, you're going to play great, that's a given. But that extra mile, kind of like what I was talking about earlier, goes the same way with the venues. When you walk in, meet the bartender, meet the security guy, meet the sound guy, meet all the doormen. Those are your people. And if those people like you, then you're going to come back to the venue. And if you come back to the venue, that means you're doing well enough to move up to the next venue. So treat everyone you meet on the road like family, because if you're like us and you're on the road all the time, they are your family. So get out there and have some fun.